Does your iRacing car currently look like it was sponsored by Minecraft paint and poor decisions? Well, good news. Race Wrap Guy can fix that. With real-world NASCAR wrap design experience, Race Wrap Guy creates clean, aggressive, professional custom wraps that actually look like they belong on a Sunday broadcast instead of the back row of a rookie lobby. And because we like y'all, listeners of the Cool Down Lap podcast get $10 off any iRacing wrap. Just mention the podcast when you order. And if you've got a real race car that needs to look fast even when it's sitting still, you'll get $100 off any real race car wrap too. Same deal. Just mention the Cool Down Lap podcast. So stop showing up to the grid looking like a rolling yard sale and let Race Wrap Guy make your car look like it actually belongs there.
The checkered flag has flown and the race is over, and now we're going to rant about it. My name is RB Turner, and here with me is my co-host. That is, say your name, Colby.
I'm Colby.
He is Colby Peterson, and we are here with last night's AMP Racing League Cup Series winner. That's Steven Liskowski, and also the AMP Series regular season champion, and Aaron Ryan. What's going on, guys?
How we doing?
Hola.
Also, in case anybody's missed an episode, it's basically been these guys back and forth.
Hey, nobody has been on this show more times than me.
This is true.
Yeah, this
Fact.
is
Not even Colby.
Yep, I missed a week. God damn it. Shout out to Bar and Lane for filling in.
All right, so it was a interesting race. Let's start with Steven. Walk us through your race.
well, cold tires. Couldn't put down the lap I wanted to for qualifying.
Seemed like a good
Started
lap
on
to
the out.
me.
Started on the outside. Zook got to the inside of me on turn one. I mean, that's kind of just gonna happen. There was no room for me to get down inside. He got a good start, so let him go by. Slowly, just worked in the tires, tried to save him. So I knew I could run him out in about 9 laps if I really wanted to. So I really was just kind of trying to pace myself and just try to stay in that pace. But that pace was also on the edge, pretty much on most entries of corners. So it was a tricky one. I almost lost it a few times for sure.
You were
And-
definitely running it hard.
At least you only almost lost it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a nice gift from Aaron, so I didn't have to
right. Yeah,
fight
right there
him.
at
I
the
didn't have,
stage.
I didn't have
Yeah.
to fight him for that. So that was nice.
Which was cool. And so, because I went back and watched the broadcast, and I was like, Aaron could have just ran to the line and then stood on the brakes. And, I mean, you probably would have passed him before the actual caution came out. But, if we're going by letter of the law, the stage is over, right?
I
Yeah.
could have cheated it going into turn one.
That's
You
there.
could-
People did that all night
All
too.
you have to do is run wide,
Yeah.
and it thinks you're losing time, but really you're not.
No.
Aaron's
could
an
have done
honest
that.
guy, though.
But I wasn't gonna. I don't know. I'm not like that, man. Now maybe I wasn't gonna cheat my way to win the stage. I messed up. Wasn't the only time I messed up, but yeah. I tried my best to hold you behind. I don't know if I was going to hold you behind the whole race. I was burning my fronts up, running the defensive line that I was running on some of the bus stops to try to just take the line away from you, and I was killing my fronts, which is what ended up hurting me in the bus stop there. I think I had a chance to get back up to you towards the end of the race with my 4-tire stop. I was running the best laps I ran ever there. I was running
I've seen the
55s.
time. I've seen the time ticking
constantly.
down, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I was
I
running
got to
55s.
pit. I was like, "I got to pit. I got to
every
take
lap.
at least tires."
Every lap was a qualifying lap, and even after that, with you taking 2 and throwing your balance off, I was still gaining. And I think if I would have just not been indecisive about it and done it 2-3 laps earlier, I don't know if I would have passed you, but I wouldn't. I think I would have at least been near you to where maybe it's the same, step and repeat of I'm here, but I can't get past. But it's a decent recovery from the furthest I was back was 12 seconds at one point, and at that point I was like, all right, I have to do something different. There's no way I'm going to catch him, because you would mess up and I would gain 2-3 seconds. I get excited, and then I'd mess up the next lap, and then I'd lose it back again.
Seriously,
And it was
kept
literally
bouncing.
like a back and
it
forth
kept
constantly.
bouncing back
I was like,
and
It
all
was
right,
between
nothing's gonna happen here.
9 and 12 seconds for what seemed like the last 15 laps, and that might have been off a little bit, that many laps, but it just seemed like it did kind of just do that. And then Steven ran into some traffic. Aaron almost lost second place on like the second to last lap or last lap when Russell came back onto the track, going back onto the big oval.
Aaron was fine. He wasn't losing second place.
He
wasn't going to catch Laskowski.
He missed turn 3.
I gained 6 seconds on him that last lap, and Russell caught me 7/10. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have. I finished 1.5 behind, so maybe I would have been close enough to make him nervous. I mean, you never know.
To be fair, I believe.
Slow.
Yeah, I think Steven went into that last little bit.
Slow.
I think he went into that last little bit like I am not going to screw this up.
Yeah, I'm not going into these guys. I let those guys stay in front of me. If they were going to screw up, I would still be able to maneuver around them. So I definitely took it really easy on that.
That's just why I say you never know, because imagine if I pit 2-3 laps sooner and I wasn't past you, but we were closer, and we approached 2 lap cars battling. Like, then I think it would have been entertaining at that point, at least.
Definitely could have been.
Or
if I stayed out one more lap.
Yeah.
When I saw it coming down, it was like 33 seconds. You gained like 9 seconds in like 3 laps. I was like, I gotta come. I was like, did he take tires? I was like, he had to have taken tires. I was like, I don't want to take 4 because he's gonna be in front of me. I felt like you might be right on my ass at that point. So I was like, I'm gonna just try 2 because I wasn't burning up my fronts. I was only killing my right rear, like destroying it. I think it got down to 48%.
Oh, you think you were killing that in like 3 and maybe 5? Or is it the exit of the bus stops you were killing it?
It was the exits and entries because I was so low. I was like skidding almost going in. So I was putting a lot of pressure on the rears, but it made me able to be able to slow down faster. But it made it very hairy on entry, trying to trail brake into those corners.
I was pretty upset post-race with myself, but that was the closest speed-wise I think I've felt to you. You didn't leave me in the dust. So no. I don't know. I was trying to look at the positives. I was like, well, I could still see him. So I think it's okay.
You guys should have heard Ryan in the Discord with me, because he was pissed, man. He was like, there's no way. They gotta be I bet $500 they couldn't do that on my rig.
Dude, he jumped in our thing at the stage. He's like, how? He's like, how do you do this? He's like, I will pay you $500 to come run my rig and show me how to do this. I was like, where do you live?
Well, and he's like, Aaron, you still live in Florida? And Aaron just ignored
I was hyper focused. I was trying to catch you, so I didn't even respond.
I just thought it was funny. I mean, he was mad, man. And I'm just like, well, and nothing I can do about it because I don't know how to help him. Yeah, I'm the worst person to take advice from, so I'm just trying not to run over anybody else. I think
it's because his wheel's too big.
Yeah, that is a big problem. I think probably.
If it's
if
twice the size of my wheel.
NASCAR wheel.
He can't reach these guys. So
I mean, that's why you got a sequential.
He needs to get a sequential or something. Yeah. So, but that was the race. Steven Laskowski wins it. Not too surprising. One of these two guys here was going to win it. But
man, Darling was there.
He did okay.
He was there.
He was
a couple mistakes. He said he had a few mistakes, but
I know he was right really there. Nervous when he was practicing with us. Just the fact that he was nervous that he wasn't going to be able to run clean, like not spin out. And I'm looking at it right now. He only had 2 incidents, and I mean, over 50 laps, his fastest was a 1:56, and he was averaging like average lap time, including the whole race, pit stops and everything. He was only like 4/10 slower. So I think for him just being nervous of spinning out a lot, he only had 2 incidents. Like, it's a long race.
I had the same.
That's pretty good.
It is. Yeah, it's 50,
I'll be honest with you.
Long.
The other night when whatever night you would ask me, you been practicing? I was like, no. You better. And then I got on there, and I think I made it like the first turn out of pit road before I spun out, and I'm like, oh, this is not going to be good.
Yeah, that wasn't my favorite of setups that we've had for road courses.
Setup was tough. Was tough.
It was crazy. The car wouldn't turn, or it would turn too much.
It felt like it either pushed tight all the way through and you washed out of a corner, or if you played with your brakes and stuff, like you could get it to go into the corner, but then the rear would just go right out from underneath you.
You had to barely hit that gas. You had to just feather it the whole time.
Yeah. Well, and like I went back and was looking because there was a restart. I think it was the restart at the stage maybe, and signature went on to Aaron's like in car, and so as I'm watching it back, I'm like, I ran the same gearing. It seemed like I was lifting like within 15, 20 feet of where Aaron was lifting. Like, where the is the extra 4 seconds that he was running on me? Because like it got kind of
It's hard to
frustrating for me.
explain.
And it is, and I mean, when we talk about practice, these two are the practice people.
Well, road course racing in general it's just a different kind of driving style.
Yeah.
You know, so you take an oval guy. That's why oval guys suck. You know, and you. But at the same thing, you watch
I suck
road
at
course
ovals too,
guys.
RB. So what the fuck is the
Well,
problem?
you're not that bad, but you have road course guys come into oval and they're terrible too.
I'm sure
you know?
Steven could
So-
explain it pretty well. It's just feathering, rolling, like not braking at the latest point is like 50-50 chance that that's going to be the fastest route around the
Yeah.
corner.
It's
Like,
usually
really
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
usually not the fastest.
Well, and then you end up with the same problem that Steven was talking about, where you end up burning your shit up because you're going way too hard on the entry. So you're slowing down, you're pulling on the wheel more, you're doing all those kinds of things, you know. Like I was pretty comfortable with like my lift and brake points. There was because I practiced for, God, I'd have to ask Valerie how long I was actually in here. Because I was out of town all week last week, so I got 0 track time. And so I woke up Sunday morning and I sat in here for probably 2.5, 3 hours. I think I ran in like one test session. I think I ran 87 laps, and that was me spinning out and resetting and missing shit and wheel damage from jumping over those turtles in the last bus stop and stuff like that. And
They're
I mean,
doozy.
we'll put it to you this way: for the first hour and a half, I don't think I ran a lap that counted, if you will. But you know, like I don't know. Aaron, I don't know if you have the stuff there. I think I got down to like a 157.9 or a 158.9 maybe. I
Your
don't remember
fastest
exactly.
lap was during the race was a 158.4.
158.4, which is
You-
2 seconds faster than I ran in my entire practice all morning long.
Steven, I want to
That's
ask you a
probably what I
question
ran.
because I'd like you to explain this to a lot of people because I saw a lot of people making this mistake in the broadcast and during the race. When you're going into a corner and you lock up the second you touch the brakes, what do?
Get off of it.
Lift.
Thank you.
Lift off the
And
brake.
so
Because
many people
if you go harder, you're making it worse. You gotta get off of it. If you can feel the car instantly starting to lock up, get off those brakes. Don't lock them up. If you're heating it up, don't lock them up more.
Yeah,
Get off of them.
So
I'm
many
probably
people.
guilty of that myself. But
So
there
many
is
people when they lock it, they just
Was
they
that
just,
what
they just
happened when you
assume
drove
that-
right through the ass of my car in the bus stop, RB?
it wasn't in the bus stop.
Or before the Le Mans chicane part?
No, I don't know what happened. I don't know.
No, I'll tell you exactly what happened.
I'll put it on me.
I didn't blame you. Bosvert lifted so fucking early. Yes.
I just know that I hit you, and I'm like, well, shit, because I hit Boz earlier too, and I don't know if he just lifted earlier if I missed my break, but
No,
I gave
I hit
Russell
both
quite
of
a
you.
shot at one point.
Yeah, but I
gave
know
him,
that
I gave him pretty hard, and it gave me damage.
I know that back in the day, before ABS brakes, when people would lock up their brakes, people would say, "You got to brake off, brake, brake, brake," and then do it like that, like pumping action. So, I mean, it makes sense, but I think I don't know. I'm probably guilty of just hitting the brake and letting it stay locked up myself.
A lot of drivers panic the second because it's loud. I mean, I have my tire volume is way higher than everything else. And a lot of people, when you hear the screech, they just like panic and they just hold the steering wheel straight, hold the brake, and they're like, "Well, I'll slow down eventually," and then you blow past the turn. And
You almost gain speed.
If you do what Steven says, like you let off the brakes, you can, do the kind of on-off just to slowly loosen momentum, or you can also just like on the brakes, be real easy on the brakes again, and then like slowly increase to where you can still make the turn. But because like I was locking up my stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I wasn't full locking the turn because I'd save it. Like Ryan asked us at one point, like, "How are you guys not spinning your tires on exit?" And I'm like, "We are. Like, I'm doing it a lot. I'm spinning my tires a lot, and I'm locking it up, especially going into that last bus stop. I was doing it almost like every other lap, but it would maybe just be like for like a second, and then I'd have to catch it and readjust. But yeah,
if you go back, and I actually moved my telemetry on my stream, so now you can actually see it if you go back and watch it, because I want to go back and actually see my telemetry. you'll see that my acceleration is more of like a roller coaster almost, or
Like
very
an Ayrton Senna kind of thing. Like
yeah,
goes
kind
like
of
up
like
and down a little bit.
too much, and but then my brakes you'll never see me going over like 60 usually, and it'll just be a slow fall off.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll see the gas pick up as soon as my brakes are done. You'll see me pick the gas up. If you have a gap from brake to gas, you're losing time.
Either broke too soon or you
You're
get on the
braking,
gas too late.
or you're braking too hard and you're not letting it roll into the corner.
I've been trying that with because I did some New Hampshire practice earlier today when I got home from work, and where it's more of like a short track style. I've been trying to like roll in on the brakes, like light brakes, get it woed down, because like I've learned so much from both of you. It's kind of ridiculous to talk to you both at the same time when you can hear me talk to each other. But like I've talked to Aaron a bunch because he's like, dude, you cannot brake and turn in this car. It doesn't work. So slow down, trail brake in, do not apply a whole lot of brake, but you get, slow down your car, hold the brake through the corner, and as soon as you let go of the brake, and then I've learned from you, like, hey, when that brake comes off, get in the gas. Figure out how much you can give and then go from there, right? And like so I've taken that like from conversations with both of you a lot on the podcast and Discord, hanging out. Friday nights is where I learn a majority of my stuff back when, we don't do it quite as much anymore, but we all used to hang out all the time on Friday nights and talk about that kind of stuff. And so that's what I'm trying to do with like my New Hampshire practice is understand when to brake, how much to brake, and then make the corner and then be able to roll the corner in the throttle and off without spinning out. And, so like, I don't know what I'm getting at here other than just like, y'all have taught me a lot in that sense. And I think, when it comes to short tracks and road courses, I've gotten better. I'm still not setting
you
records.
have gotten a lot better since you first started.
I'm not setting any records here, but like I don't
Go for personal records, my guy.
yeah.
Go for personal records.
Like I'll be like the first season that I raced, like I ran one road course, and then after that I just took provisionals for road courses because I was like, it's not even fun for me. And like there was a point on like last night where during practice, like I pulled up like the standings for practice, and I'm like, there is a 9-second gap between Aaron and Steven and all the way down to like Russell and Dove, and that's not anything against them. That's just those were the two last couple, And I was like, this isn't fun. Why do we do this? But then I also realized that like it's actually, if you can learn how to do it, it's actually kind of fun, and you don't have to be fast to do well. Like I had a top 10 in the bag, and then I was literally coming out of like NASCAR Oval 4 and I was like, just run a clean couple laps here. You'll leave case beer in the dust. We'll be fine. And as soon as I said that, I fucking locked it up and I gave it too much wheel and I went sliding, jumped over the curbs and straight into the wall. And I was like, well, I guess I'm finishing 14th.
Yeah, if you're heavy on the brakes, do not turn.
Finding a rhythm is the best starting point for making, like, don't compare yourself to guys who are running towards the front fastest laps wise. Like, find a rhythm, whether it's slow or not. Once you are comfortable and you have a rhythm for every turn on the track, that's when you start experimenting of, I'm going to send it a little deeper here, or maybe I'm going to get on the gas a tiny bit sooner here. I'm going to brake. The fastest lap I ever ran it at the road course was I was braking like at the second dotted line, not even at like there's the light, there's a line. I was braking like halfway between that line and the second one. And when I first started practicing, I was like, that is way too soon, like not even close. But like how Steven was saying, like slow decline, not even at 100%, at 50%, slow decline. Allow your car to turn. Don't let your rears or your fronts lose grip. And, just little things like that. Slowly improving, but having a base rhythm to go off of is like step one. Without that, you're swinging it every lap.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think I've definitely caught on to that with running the GT3s or like and even the GTPs at Daytona with you guys. Like remember the first year I ran it, I was terrified of being a boat anchor and ended up doing pretty well. And then this last season, I had the second best like average lap.
Yeah.
Now, you guys both got involved and stuff, and that's it's a cheap shot for me to take.
It doesn't matter. I wrecked the car in the first stint. I could have just eased it off, sat behind the 4 people in front of me, and let them wreck themselves. But no, I had to be me and put it up in there like a dumbass and wrecked it. So you deserve that second. It was best
like this year's Daytona 24 was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, and it makes it. I know that it brings the competition level way down for you guys because you're generally in like an I-rated, like in a what do they call it, a split that you guys are considerably better than, but it's in a
Does that
higher
make a
split.
difference, really?
Yes, big
mean-
difference.
Well, what I mean is because other teams probably have the same
exactly.
thing.
So we could be. I always see people higher than my I rating when I'm in
Okay.
groups with, like, when I have Boz, what he's like a 600-700 somewhere around there.
I'm less than Boz. I'm like 520.
And then
Why
when
is
he's
that?
in there, I'm still seeing people like 2100s, but they
Oh.
probably have a couple low guys and they have like one killer. So he's running as max many laps as he can, and then the 3 lower guys are running shorter stints.
The thing I think
just
though
to give
too
them
is
a
there are
break.
people
Yeah.
are people that are doing that on purpose, whereas we are just doing it literally for the fun of it.
I mean, I do go in there
In my
trying
opinion.
to win, but
Right, but
If you
I don't
want to
know.
win, don't put me on there.
When we first did
Colby
the 20,
figured that out.
when we first did the Daytona race, I had like super high expectations, and that's just not my favorite road course.
It's not technical.
It's not. I don't really. I just don't. Maybe I just don't like the layout. I don't know. I like some road courses more than others. Like I hate Coronado. I think that's the worst road course layout. I actually miss Chicago, which is crazy.
Mm,
I really enjoyed I enjoyed what's the track that you and Zook did and me and Bar did a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? What was that?
Mount Panorama.
Mount Panorama. I liked that a lot. That was a lot of fun, and I really loved that we did the ring.
is
The ring
Panorama
was
the
a
one
lot
with
of
those
fun.
gnarly downhill S turns?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
The hill.
it's like Laguna Seca, but there's 4 of them in a fucking row.
Maybe I just like
And
the
it's-
tracks that were on the edge of DNFing the whole time.
Yeah,
It's just like a
He likes to be
football field
stressed.
next to you.
He likes to
Daytona,
be
there's
stretched or stressed.
Daytona, you're either going to go airborne off of the rumble strips or you're just going to go sliding into the football field. Meanwhile, the rest of these tracks, it's like you hit the wall, we're going to be done for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I did find one thing out for Daytona Road Course and probably for a lot of similar to Daytona. If anybody does not know, if you miss a part of the last chicane coming to the line where pit road is, I missed a part of it and I got a slowdown penalty where I'm like, pit road was going to slow me down. No, you'll get a 40-second hold.
you got another 40-second
You
hold.
get a 40-second hold for that. And it cost me at least 2 spots.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure of it. So I would have
Yeah.
beat.
Well, I almost did what Aaron did, but I just completely missed the curbs and I went left and went through them, and it was only a like 1.5,
Yeah.
and
It's
I
not
just
a lot like the last one.
slowly accelerated, and it was gone before turn 1.
I do know that Bosworth gave me a fucking heart attack in practice because I was coming out of turn 5 onto the big track, and he completely blew turn 1. So I came out and washed up and was going down to get the momentum to go around 1 and 2 on the oval, and I looked in my mirror, there was nothing there coming off the track. And then I came down and I looked in my mirror and there's this flash of blue and orange, and he shot right around my outside, scared the shit out of me. But
That's funny.
Steven, did you see Zook lock up in the bus stop? It was a few laps in. It was when you that was when you passed him. It was only a few laps into the race.
I'm sure I did see it.
He scared the shit out of me because he was following me really, really close.
It was tight. Yeah, he was tight to you.
He was on my ass for a little while, and I was waiting for him to lock up because I knew how hard he must have been on the brakes at that point, riding right behind me. And we go into the bus stop, and his car just like drastically gets bigger and bigger and bigger in my rearview mirror, and I like swerved to the left a little wider in the final bus stop, and he went straight through. And then I wasn't even mad that he locked it up. I was like, damn, he just let Steven by. It's like, yeah, that was helping me. He was having a hard time getting past you because there's no passing zones here.
Is it like that pucker moment I gave you at Monza?
Oh
Was that
yeah,
Monza?
yeah. That was probably the biggest pucker moment of the road courses that we've done here. I don't think a car could have been bigger. We went back and reviewed it, if you remember, dude. And you were like an inch off of my
Dude,
car.
yeah, it was.
I remember that.
That shows what
Hey,
kind of a racer Steven is. He could have just taken me. He probably could have punted me, and he
Yes.
just went in the grass with or in the sand with some front end damage. but he completely swerved out of the way to avoid hitting me and wrecked.
Kudos to
Yeah.
Steven. You're too nice
Mhm.
sometimes.
He is.
That's your
too
biggest
nice
competition.
sometimes.
You could have just took his ass out.
He's nice.
But
He's
I'm
nice. He's nice on the
but
road
I'm-
courses.
aggressive.
Well,
Oh yeah,
sometimes you
you're
are.
overly aggressive.
Sometimes you
you're
are.
overly aggressive, and you move people to win at Martinsville.
You can be
Oh,
aggressive on
no.
ovals, but that's oval racing. It's not oval racing if you're not aggressive. I've moved people. It's road courses. You're not as aggressive with other drivers because the cars are so fucking unstable.
Exactly.
You're aggressive with yourself because you want to run the fastest laps, which I like. I mean, because
Yeah.
you know makes me faster. I wasn't running those fast laps until I saw what you were putting down in practice, and I was like, "Fuck, I really got to pull this one out of my ass." I had to reset during my warm up lap in qualifying. I was going too slow warming my tires up. Yeah, I got
Is that a
got
problem?
blacked.
I got a black
flag.
flag, and I had to go back to pits, and then I did the same thing, but on that part of the track, I just hauled ass.
What do they call it? Don't
why
they call
give
it
you a
something
black
weird?
flag?
It's your like I think I don't remember what they call it. They just say you know these laps won't count until you reset to pits. That's happened before if you're like not maintaining minimal speed
Or if you're riding
spin-
your brakes too much.
if you're riding
like-
your brakes too much. Like I warm up my brakes on on the warm up laps. You probably heard at the start of the race. I sit in first and I'm 50-50 the whole way for
Yeah.
like at least 200 feet.
Warm up.
And I guess I was doing that too long. And NASCAR didn't like it.
What was
But
the one? I
dumb.
remember somebody giving you a bunch of shit. I think it was the Chicago Street Course. I remember Pop coming over the radio like, black flag for Aaron for not maintaining speed, or something along those lines.
I remember that. That
Chicago.
that's the only reason I got the pole was it's not because I have faster pace. Steven, you definitely have faster pace. It was just I just think I just did a better job of warming my tires up. Like the race showed flat out that you had faster pace without a doubt. But
I was sliding around.
I did see you
definitely
sent
didn't
it
get 'em.
you sent it too deep into one
Yep.
on your lap. I saw that.
I was
Did
about
the-
couple
to spin
times.
it, so I couldn't get on the brakes hard enough. So I just had to run the
Just
wide
lock
line.
them up.
No,
Does the
Lock 'em up.
NASCAR
Would've warmed
layout
'em up,
have the
maybe.
same rule with that white line on the outside of turn one that they
You
put in
will
for the
get-
GT?
yeah, you
races?
get a slowdown if you go
It gives
too
you a
far.
slowdown?
Yeah, slow down.
If you go too wide?
Yeah, it gives you
Wow.
a black flag.
Hmm.
But if you go, so it's only on like the beginning part. The deeper part, if you go over the white line, you don't even get an X or anything.
I didn't even see an
over
off track.
there.
I went over there a couple
But
of
if
times.
you do it really wide and stay out there and put your all tires over the white line, it gives
I
you
call
a
it the
black flag.
GTP line.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was sad that the off tracks weren't as more heavily enforced on this road course because I missed the bus stop a few times and I never got one off track. And
Yeah.
I was like, dude, at this race, Steven's never gonna get 17. I was like, if they're not giving it to me, like he's not gonna get it.
I thought a lot of more people was going to have penalties.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to see some DQs. To be honest,
Let's
I was
see.
surprised about that.
At least
One-
one drive through.
One,
One had
2,
one.
3, 4 people at drive-throughs.
4 drive throughs.
Russell, Bosvert, Moquin, and Casebeer. Casebeer finished 9th with the drive-through penalty. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's because of my 40-second penalty.
Gonna say RB had a 40-second hold.
'Cause I
I had
finished
Case
right
Beer by
behind him.
9 seconds when I
Out.
bent it in the wall.
Yeah, you're right.
Case Beer was he was the only person I was worried about. I was letting everybody go. I wasn't trying to race anybody real hard, but I knew that it is a slight advantage to beat him in the regular points, right? You get that one extra point, correct? I know I was wrong. I was wrong about points earlier.
You passed him. You were 4 points
Yeah.
up after that race, so you passed him.
Well, yeah. I was already ahead
you
of
were
him,
already ahead of him.
but I knew that he was close enough to where I couldn't let him beat me by too much. So I was
Case Beer and I passed each other 6 times in 2 laps,
yeah.
and then I bended in the wall and
I don't
parked
know
it
what
for a
happened to
couple
him
laps.
the last lap.
Pretty tight down there in the playoffs at the
Yeah.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you two
So
are
I
kind of
think
up
the
there
biggest
by a
leads,
lot.
yeah. I think
And
the
then everybody
biggest
else
lead is you
is
two.
13 points.
Well,
Yeah.
at least I didn't get Aaron. He didn't have as many points. Didn't you have like 42 last
What is it like to
year?
win the
I had
regular
a
season
lot.
championship and then
I had
instantly
I had a
go to
lot
second?
last season. It was in the 40s.
How many
And
races
that's-
did you win last season? 3 or 4? Or was it 5?
Last season,
Or was it 6?
I won 10 last season.
Yeah,
Jesus.
he won a lot.
To be fair, I mean, 50% of my wins are given to me, which I'll always take it. But Yeah, I had a lot of points.
You always say that's the
I'll-
most humble thing you can say.
That all of those 30 points though will disappear because I'm missing New Hampshire. I'm
Well,
hoping that I'll fall somewhere around the line, and then
Well, at least you
I can
got
let
Road
Steven drive.
America.
I can let Steven drive away with the win, and I'll get some solid points for America.
I've yet to practice it.
well, it's New
I
Hampshire.
tried. I
Road
made it a half a
America.
lap at Road America. You know, when you go up the hill and then there's that immediate like stop and turn left. Yeah, I did a front flip in my car because I wasn't
Yeah.
paying attention.
Yeah, you can't see it. You got to slow down before,
You got to
Yeah.
start
you can't
stop.
see that
You got to
corner.
start slowing down like halfway up the hill.
especially in the cup car.
And be careful
driven
trying
yet.
to ride the curb too much, because just on that uphill left-hander, there's like the curb, and then right next to it is like a 2.5 feet high bump in the grass. And if you hit that, you're gonna flip. I flipped in practice.
So we got 2 road courses in the playoffs. We got a Road America, which I think will be another, like I call it, a learning curve, right? Just because like I think we did a GT3 race at Road America in the pitch black in the GT3 league that we did a while back, which
Yeah.
was absolutely bananas.
That was
out there
fun.
in a
I
Corvette.
liked it.
It was a lot of fun.
Stream looked
but-
horrible, but I liked it. Couldn't
On
see
the stream,
anything.
it was literally headlights and door numbers, and even the door numbers, you couldn't see them if there was a car behind you. But no, I think I call Road America for myself personally like another kind of like learning curve track, like figure out how to get a stock car around it. And then you got Watkins Glen, which I think we're all as familiar with as you can get, you know. So, like, what do you guys think? So, what's the first round is New Hampshire, Road America, and Worldwide Technology, Atlanta.
Is that New Atlanta?
New Atlanta.
Yeah, Echo
Park. So,
I'm
what
not
do you
putting Echo
guys?
Park Speedway in the schedule. I'm not writing that down.
Such a stupid name.
As far as like the first 3 races in that first round, like what are your guys's, like, you know, without giving away everything, like your thoughts, your plans? Like, you know, Aaron says he's not good at New Atlanta. Aaron's good at everything. He's just, you know, maybe not his standard at Echo Park, or, you know, maybe Steven really hates New Hampshire. I don't know. I'm sure you love New Hampshire because it's a flat oval. Like, you're really good at those. But like, so what are your guys' thoughts going into these next 3 races? And, you know, like you said, Aaron, you know, more specifically towards you, like, how do you know you're missing New Hampshire, so how do you manage New Atlanta and Road America in order to, like, ensure that you don't get fucked in the first round of the playoffs, which I think is nearly impossible, but it's not always impossible.
Anything's possible.
Right.
My plan is, since if I was making New Hampshire, Road America, I think I could be more aggressive and push the car a little more. But since solid points are going to be so important, I may take it kind of easy. I don't know. Maybe I'll be a little more nervous to push the car a lot. Like once, like, you know, Daytona. Once I won the stage and pretty much kind of locked the regular season championship, I'd felt a lot more comfortable pushing. I don't think that'll be the case here because those points are just going to mean so much. Maybe that'll be, the pressure will be higher. Maybe nothing will change, but that'll be something that's in the back of my mind constantly, how important those points are going to be, not just the win, but solid top 3 points. Atlanta, I've never been good at. I've always been so loose. I hate it. I feel the car feels like it's not even on the track. I feel like I'm driving around on ice. And I'm going to have to pull something out of my ass. I'm going to have to figure something out, because if Road America is solid, I think I could get away with like a okay finish in Atlanta, but I cannot do what happened last year where it was the last race, and I think I literally ran the last, like, 3 positions from last place the entire race, and then I wrecked out, I'm pretty sure.
Bosworth won that race last season.
Yeah, on the final, on turn 4.
On the last lap. Yep.
Those are my plans. Just, it's really just going to be getting solid finishes and not pushing myself to go for the win.
Now, if you do win, like, say, Road America, you automatically go to the next round, right?
Correct.
Just making sure.
Which, in that case, I won't give a shit about Atlanta, and I can run last, and I'll be fine.
That's you, Steven.
Well, with a 36-point lead over the cut line, just gonna try
Feeling
not to
pretty
wreck
comfortable.
it. Just not gonna try not to run people too hard. Not
You had a
gonna
string of bad luck on ovals at the beginning of the season.
I did. So I'm planning on trying to keep the momentum I got going, but I'm gonna try to just keep my distance.
Keep
just
all
be
4
wary of
fenders on the
people.
car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mainly.
Yeah.
And then once
What do
we
you
get
guys-
closer to the other rounds, then I'll start getting more aggressive and really going for those points and victories to get locked
Was Watkins Glen in the second round or in the final round?
It's in the final round.
Final round.
Okay.
Which round do you guys think is going to be the toughest out of the three different? Assuming you make all three of those rounds.
You want to go first, Steven?
Yeah, it's going to be the second round. Yeah, I mean, I'm very
Dover and St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm confident with Watkins Glen and Phoenix. They're some of my top. I think some of my more better tracks. But Dover, Chicagoland, Dover is a race the track type deal.
Mm-hmm.
You never know, and especially when you get up to people, it's a fast. People lose it quick coming out of those corners because you come up out of that hump. So you just never know. So I would say round 2 is round of 12 is the one that I'm most worried about.
I'd probably say round 2 as well. The third round, Miami, I think I've got some pretty good pace there. The only race that I've done in this league there, I think if I would have been able to qualify, not at internet issues, I think I would have been at least a front runner. Phoenix, I'm okay at. I'm not horrible. I'm not great. And Glenn, I know I can get a solid top 5. I suck at Dover. I'm okay with Chicagoland, but it's a high-speed track. Crazy things can happen. You know, it's really easy for people to overdrive turns 4 and turns 2 and get loose on entry. It's in my opinion, Chicagoland's like a little more dumbed down Atlanta. High speed, high banking. And then I'm missing WWT as well. So that'll be fun.
Copy.
Yeah, so that's going to suck.
Do you think the Chicagoland layout where the backstretch isn't straight, so you're following the wall kind of leaves you for a minute, and then it comes back, and then like on the entry of 3, it literally feels like it comes in to the corner? I don't know if you guys think that or not, but it seems like on the entry of 3, if you're staying on the wall comes in and then goes back around for the corner, in my opinion. Is that what, because like the backstretch at Chicagoland has ruined every single race I've ever ran there. It's never been getting out of 4 or out of 2. It's been halfway down the backstretch and into 3. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think that throws a lot of people off.
And then you got the safer barrier that starts.
Right.
I think it's a recipe for disaster, that backstretch.
I love
Chicagoland. You know me, I like the wall. I'll be following somebody and they'll move over right at their last second. I'm going to crush that thing.
Yeah. That's what's going to win me the race. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I like Chicago.
We're sitting here talking about this like RB is not in what, 6th or 7th? Like
I'm up there. You know, I stand
sixth place currently with your perfect attendance bonus points.
That's right.
Hell yeah!
I get more points than a winner does.
Plus 10 from the cut line.
I think with RB, it's going to be about keeping all 4 fenders on the car. I think
I'm all down for changing the playoff points
no,
to that
okay.
RB.
It's okay.
I'd have 55 right
I just
now
wanted
if we
to
put
make
it
sure
to what you want. I'm okay with that.
That's not what I want.
That's not what you. I won't have to give a shit about missing a race at that point.
I wanted to make sure that Roberge, was going to be treated fairly.
Yeah.
I thought that it was 5 points for a win. Apparently, it's 3. So
we can make it 5.
That's okay.
Okay.
What do you guys, all of you playoff fellas? I'm looking at those of us lit up in blue here, and I'm thinking like Javier hasn't raced in ever. Ethan's gone. Dana's gone. Tick's only got 6 races counted. I don't know if he was planning on finishing out. I hope he does.
How y'all like being tied with Robert Church, who was in one race?
He's in one race.
He was in one race, and he was disqualified, no points, and he has 1,000 points right now.
Hell yeah. Good job, Robert.
That guy's a kid.
Oh, yeah. Or got disqualified from his only race, and he's got 1,000 points. Let's go.
Or Muscarella ran 3 races, and he has the same amount of points as I do.
Are you asking who's going to win, or what do we think about the
there should have been some kind of deal with that.
What I'll be honest, honest to God, I look at the list, and I look at who is still here, and I think it's going to be a fucking riot.
It'll be good.
I think it'll be a battle between Metal's going to be missing a lot. David Ament's going to be missing a lot of races with his work. I think the biggest. Tick is here to the end. That's what he was excited about, his best of the rest. I think it'll be a battle between Bosvert, Brad, you, and Tick. I think those are going to be the. I think you guys were doing pretty good on the points compared to some of those. There's a lot of people that don't have been in a lot of races, but
that's what I'm looking at this. And it's like Javier don't race, Ethan don't race, Dana don't race, Jamal don't race anymore. I haven't seen Brock recently.
Yeah, he's part-time.
Derek's out. Church is out. Metal's gonna miss half of the last 10 races, and Matt's gone.
So that's less competition for you. There is a trophy. We give out trophies for best of the rest.
I've seen the trophy.
It's not an engraved piece of wood on the wall, but it's a trophy.
That's all right.
Nonetheless.
That's all right. It's something.
Yeah,
I still haven't even got my stickers that Andrew's promised to send me
he's
2
really
seasons ago.
He's really bad at that. I'm pretty sure he hasn't sent the magnets for the new winners this season either. I'm sure he hasn't sent Darlings or K-Spears. Probably not.
Bless his heart. He's busy. Just ask him.
That took me like 25 minutes to figure out how to do that on Sim Racer Hub. That took me a long time. I was getting pissed off. Because it's
to make it blue?
No, to just do everybody, because I technically have to create a playoff chase with all 37 drivers, and then I had to go through and manually adjust everybody's points, which is a lot of math.
Why couldn't you just put in, an extra? Forget everything I'm saying.
Say it with your chest, RB.
I don't. Well, I had an idea, but then I was like, well, no, that's not.
I'm gonna miss Chicagoland. God damn it.
Well, that's good. You just said it's burnt you every year.
Quick, hot take. Don't think about it too long. Who's the first 4 out? Playoffs.
There's 4 out.
4 out.
I gotta look.
All right. Colby, you go first. Quick. Top of the dome.
Jordan Lane, Clint Hackett, Roberge, K-Spear.
K-Spear with +7, way up there. Okay,
not me creating fucking enemies.
I'll say Jordan, Daniels, Roberge, and Clinkart.
Okay, Steven?
I'm also gonna say Jordan, Clinkart.
Poor Jordan.
And I'm gonna say Davis. He's been having issues and with work in springtime. A lot of storms, so I'm going to say possibly Davis. And then we'll go with Roberge also.
3 for Roberge. I'll probably go Jordan, Clinkart. Mike Daniels has had it kind of rough lately. This second half of the season, he's been having some issues. And I was going to go Roberge. He's also, the second half of the season has kind of been a little bit of a decline.
Aaron agrees with me. Smart guy.
I was going to say.
So the wild card was Davis. The wild card was Davis from me.
Wild card Davis. Colby says K-Spear. I think K-Spear is too good.
I think K-Spear is going to be fine. He's going to make it to at least the top 8.
1 vote for K-Spear, 1 vote for Davis, and then 1 for Hackett. Those are the 3 outliers there.
I think Hackett will be consistent enough as long as he can stay out of the shit.
Yeah. I mean,
he's really he's on the fence. He's like literally sometimes.
So he's either right in front,
like literally sometimes. Jesus.
He's like either right in front of the bullshit or drives into the bullshit every single time.
That's so bad for him.
Me too.
That's kind of how Moakman's
I feel bad
for the last 70% of the season.
I was just about to say, I'm surprised nobody said Moakman. He does have a win, but he finished 18th in the regular season standings.
I think he'll.
You think he'll put it? You think
he'll fuck up? Then
I think he's gonna at least get through this round for sure. Yeah. I think so.
Last year,
as long as he doesn't get a bunch of the one. I think it was like 2. It was only like 2 races points wise that just absolutely destroyed him.
Milkwood?
And it was the one. I think
Kansas and Nashville.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was Kansas or not, but I know Nashville really killed him.
No, he won Kansas
from that one, didn't he?
Just kidding. He won Kansas.
Yeah, he won Kansas last year too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think it was Kansas.
But with where is he? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. He had, let's see if he. What is his finish?
Yeah, it was Kansas.
Spot. Yeah, it's really good. I think the penalties are gonna people are really gonna have to be clean because
claims are gonna kill you,
and claims are it's gonna kill you even more if you don't claim it.
Mm-hmm.
If Bosworth would have claimed
his Davis wreck at Martinsville, he'd have been in the playoffs.
He'd be in the playoffs.
I did the math on that this morning too. And then he said it in the old Toyota chat that I'm still in, and I was like, no.
You don't want to know the amount of shit I'm hearing, man.
That shit matters. You got to claim it.
I got Dove going. If y'all would have given me my 10 points, should have asked for it before the race.
Yeah,
I think that's what I was thinking about.
It's just we can't
10
bend the
points
rules.
For what?
When his
son
was having surgery or something, and he tried to.
This is a week between races.
No.
Second?
It was it was a couple days later.
Yeah.
And then that's the one where Aaron had to be like, I'm sorry for your son, but
it's because it's like I that is horrible, but you make one.
Yeah.
You know,
I get it.
you give in once, then every single person's gonna ask, and like, well, you
I
did
get
it
it.
this time, you know. And nobody responded, and I put an admin chat. I was like, all right, I guess I'll be the asshole. It's fine. I'll be the one to
I
say
didn't
it.
even want to put it in there
It's
because
like,
I'm like,
we got
I'm
the
like, they're
owner
not,
and the vice president won't say anything. I'll do it.
I'm
So
like,
sort of like
they're
when
not
Larson,
gonna.
they ended up giving Larson the provisional for the 2024 600 when he was 249 laps late, and they still gave him a provisional. How's that bet going, by the way, Aaron?
I'm down one.
Down
or no,
one
we're
now?
tied. We're tied.
I was going to say, I thought...
Chase has had a bad few weeks, and we're tied.
Yeah. God, he hit the shit out of Christopher Bell last week.
Yeah, it was a pretty rough one.
Yeah, well, Bell.
That's what I said. I was
agree
like,
with that.
Seriously,
you
if
pinch
Bell,
the
if
right
you-
rear in
if-
these
exactly,
cars.
you
I
make them
agree.
loose.
You are running the risk of
that's
him
almost
crashing
on
beneath
Bell
you.
too. When I
I'm
seen
not
it, I'm
talking
like,
shit.
he's
I
pinching
agree
him.
with
He's
that.
pinching. I was like, oh no. It was cold. I was like, he's pinching him hard. I even
You
said
take
it
the
out
air
loud.
off of the air off of the rear of these cars, and
Yep.
you're gonna lose grip and go around. It's like I mean, I was angry at the time, and then everyone's like, "Oh, did you see what Chase did?" I was like, "No, did you see what Bell did? It caused him to wreck." Nicole was happy about it.
I'm sure she was.
She
Class
doesn't
act,
like-
though. He gets out and he walks straight over to him,
Yeah.
pats him on the back. Hey, my bad. You know, like, I think aside from when he intentionally wrecked Denny Hamlin at Texas that one time,
He
I
deserved
think
it.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with that either. I'm just saying he got suspended for a week because of it. But, like, outside of that,
boo-hoo.
I don't know if I've ever seen Chase in a wreck, whether it was his fault or not, where he didn't go check on a guy, you know? So,
Yeah.
He's one of the good ones.
If you don't know this, Steven, just fun little fun facts. When I started getting Nicole into NASCAR, right, just watching races, going to races, we watched that little documentary they put on Netflix. You know, like it was like
Drive to Survive.
2 seasons, not NASCAR's 1 season version of Drive to Survive, like 2
Yeah.
seasons ago. And you know, there was all the, you know, they went to all their houses and they saw
they have
everybody.
a new season on Amazon.
And Nicole just watching that on, she just hates Christopher Bell. She just doesn't like him at all. And I was like, is it something he's done on the track? She's like, no, I just don't like it. I don't like the
don't
life.
like
She said it to me. She's like, I don't like the life he's built for himself. She's like, I don't like his dog. I don't like his wife. I just don't like him at all.
Oh, Valerie hates that motherfucker's wife. Oh
And-
my god.
And when we were at Charlotte, I'm a supportive person. So every lap, I'm just flipping off Bell every time he comes around. The families around us are like staring at me as I'm screaming at
I'm
him.
sure
I was
he's
like,
seen you.
Yeah, whatever.
You shouldn't have, dude.
Whatever.
I won't say a name, but when we were in the pits, someone we were with just like we were at the pits during cup practice, and a person that we were with just gave no fucks and flipped off Denny Hamlin when he's like 6 feet from us leaving for practice. And Denny stopped in front of us probably to wait for a car to come by. And he's just sitting there giving him. I was like, dude, holy shit.
I know the group you're with, and I've got, if you gave me
looked
3
at
guesses
us.
and the first 2 didn't count, I could probably point them out.
I feel like he saw us. Because he
Oh,
looked
he
at him.
probably did.
It was like, Jesus Christ.
As
my
long as
guy.
you weren't directly off this side, if you're kind of up front, he probably saw you.
He saw us. Fun facts.
How was that experience, like with the sticker on the car for Balicki and all that? Like, I know that the weekend itself was fucking trash because of everything that was going on with the weather and
It was
other
really
stuff.
wet.
But like, was it cool?
I thought it was awesome. We didn't think that we thought the stickers weren't there at first, but I guess they just didn't put the stickers on at the first section of the Xfinity practice for those lower teams. Maybe that's because they were still gathering sponsors, or maybe they just hadn't printed them yet. I don't know. But his car was completely blank, and we were a little upset about it. And once they went out for qualifying, or maybe we like walked around the garage. No, because qualifying got canceled. We walked around the garage and we saw it. No, the race started. That's right. And Davis and Zook went up to the fence and saw us go by. And at that point, the car's loaded with stickers. And we tried to take a video and zoom in, and we found it there. And then race got red flagged. We went up to the pit box to the crew chief, told him that we were sponsoring the car, and he gave us a tour of the hauler. We talked to Josh for maybe 20 minutes. It was a while. And then we got to sit on the pit box. That was a pretty awesome experience. It was pretty cool to see the logo on the car. That was pretty awesome. I loved it. That was like that's like a dream experience growing up a NASCAR fan because you can't buy those tickets. Like, they are given.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. You got to be on a list and get your credentials at a tent, and
Yeah, that was a pretty dream experience. I was really happy to be there and happy that they invited me, because they weren't inviting everyone. They invited me because of all the, RB, you'll learn that you get invited to stuff with all the accounting you do. You'll learn. But that was really cool, and it was really nice that they allowed me to bring Nicole as well, so she got to experience that. Yeah, it was awesome. It was wet. It was a lot of walking. I think
we
we
want to
walked
talk about something
12
else
to
that
15
happened
miles a day
since we
maybe.
talked to you last.
What's up?
Old boy's settling down, eh? So the old boy's settling down, huh?
Yeah, I got engaged.
Jesus Christ!
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's too young.
Yeah, I got engaged.
You're right.
He's too young.
Yeah, we went on vacation last week, and I proposed the sunrise on the first day that we were there. Jordan Davis went down the night before and made the dock all nice and pretty. I had a photographer hiding in the tree line, which was complicated to organize. Yeah.
Congratulations,
Getting
dude.
married. Yeah, thank you.
Yay.
Yay.
Fun stuff.
I hope yours is more successful than mine was.
Jesus.
I hope yours is as successful as mine is.
I've been thinking about what you said, Stephen. I told Nicole about it. You got me thinking after the race yesterday of just saying to just make sure you like take it all in, and because it's gonna fly. It's gonna fly by just like that.
Because when you're organizing, you don't realize how fast it comes. So you do the stag, you do this. Next thing you know, the wedding's there. You're like, "Yeah, we're here." Next thing you know, everything's gone. You're like, "Well, we're married." It's like
that's it, babe.
That was quick.
Yeah.
So yeah. Definitely enjoy it.
I'd say from my side of things, just I like remember the people that are there more than anything. That's
take
one of the
pictures.
things. Like,
you're not gonna want to, but take the pictures.
Yeah.
People are gonna be, let me get a picture. You're gonna hate it every second of it, but a few years later, you might be like, man, I really wish I would have took some of those pictures.
With my fucking memory, we better be taking pictures because I don't know what the hell happened last week most of the time.
Tell me about it.
I look back at my stuff, and it's like Valerie's dad's gone, Valerie's stepdad's gone, my grandma's gone. There's a couple of friends at my wedding that are gone now, and it's only been 8 years. Like, we're not talking about some wild 50-year period,
Mm-hmm.
Like, and some of them were gone 6 months later. Like, so it is one of those things that, like my grandma basically planned half of our wedding for us, and then she passed away 3 years after we got married. So it's that's for me, like I love having those pictures, like RB is saying, because that's like the last memories I have with some people. So yeah, it's and then like I live 1,200 miles from a lot of those people now too. You know what I mean? So like it's fun to like remember that kind of stuff, and like Steven said, making sure that you enjoy the process as much as the event. Because it goes so fast. You start planning and looking at shit, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's next weekend. Fuck. And that's pretty much how the rest of your life goes after that, especially if you guys choose to have kids and stuff like that. Like, it just all of a sudden my son's turning 8 in August, and I'm like, when the fuck did that happen?
Mine's turning 6 in August. I'm turning 42.
My cat
you're
is 6.
fucking old.
I know, dude.
My cat's 6.
You're old too, RB. I saw that fucking grin and nod up there.
I'm not as old as Steven.
Yeah,
I'll never be as old as Steven.
I feel 30 though. I feel 30.
Feel 30?
Well, that's because you have a surgically rebuilt
I
wrist.
wish I felt 30.
Dude, that thing still doesn't even feel good. I still get pain at ranges, man.
It won't be super long before we get married, but we're moving to Tennessee in October, just because we both just grew up in the small town life, and we miss that a lot. Miss the mountains, and I hate Florida.
Florida sucks. I was going to move to
of
Woodbury.
Too many people here, and she hates it, and that's we can go start a new life together in Tennessee, and then once we get there, that's priority number one. We're still debating on what season it is going to be in.
If I show up in Tennessee, it's not because I'm following you, but I've legitimately planned on moving there myself.
I love it up there. It's beautiful. It's peaceful.
I'll be in
I told my
close
company
to Woodbury, hopefully, which is not far from Nashville, maybe about 50 miles from Nashville. So
I told my company I'm
plan
either
is to
going
move
back
somewhere
to
there.
Utah or I'm going to Mississippi. Like, those are the only two places I feel like going to right now.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
Why Mississippi?
I love it there, dude. I've been there a handful of times for like work stuff. I don't think I really drew an appreciation for it until like this last February. I had to I drove down there for our managers meetings. Like in fact, I remember interviewing Aaron in a fucking sport coat and button-up shirt from my hotel room. But
Oh yeah, I remember.
yeah, but I love it there. And like driving there, it's like 13 hours one way from my house to Columbia, Mississippi. And I thoroughly enjoyed, like I went south and went down through like Baton Rouge or through like Shreveport and into Baton Rouge and saw some friends, and then went up to Columbia. And then I went back up through like northern Mississippi and Arkansas and stuff like that. I just like it down there. I like the pace. I like the people. I like the food, So if I could do something Mississippi, I wouldn't mind going back to Utah. It would just have to be for the right amount of money because I couldn't afford to live there on what I make now. But yeah, I've got like 2, maybe 3 destinations. Like I wouldn't mind like one of the Carolinas, as long as I don't have to live in the middle of one of those cities in one of the Carolinas. I'll be all right.
I'm stuck in Erie.
Aaron, let's see that diecast car.
Yeah, short. I was just about to say that. Short. I literally just grabbed it. Short segue. I have to plug my guy Bar. If anybody remembers the Martinsville race where my team surprised me with, it was a car, and it had my face.
It was a car
all over it. They said it was Team Owner Appreciation Day, and they put a quote on the back of it that I say when like Davis or Barr will run a fastest lap, and then I'll go, that's cute, and then I'll run one faster than that. They surprised me with it at vacation. Barr turned it into a diecast, and they all signed it, so it lost some value.
It's too funny.
But yeah, so it's there's signatures, and then that it's in reverse, but that's cute.
That's cute, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know what to say because I was kind of in awe that 3 cars had like 8 pictures of my face on it on the track. There were more pictures of me on the track than there were cars on the track. That was kind of concerning.
I was wondering because it's your face on the car being the month it is and the way that car looks. I'm not trying to say anything.
I don't know.
What are they doing here?
Maybe they couldn't decide a color scheme, and maybe they said it needed to pop.
Rainbow.
I kind of like the psychedelic.
It needed to pop. Like,
I kind of like the psychedelic colors. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I like how much you love pickleball.
Yeah, that's great. That's my favorite part about the car.
Isn't that your favorite sport?
I love pickleball in capital letters on the side of it.
What's wrong with pickleball?
For anyone who's watching this, pickleball is like pussy tennis. It's not a real sport. I hate pickleball. It is the pussy version of tennis. But
I figured
that comes from right outside the window. Right here is 2 pickleball courts, and I will wake up to every day, and I'll hear them when I'm racing, and it just never stops. It infuriates me.
You should throw pickles at them. Open your window and just start throwing dill pickles.
I've thought about some pretty aggressive things I could do to the court that would make them stop. I won't say it on a podcast, but they wouldn't play on the court for very long.
Public admission of defacing public property is not a good idea.
I want to go around and ask you guys a question since we are getting close to the end. Regular season just ended. Playoffs are starting. Whether you're in the playoffs or in the best of the rest is basically the chase right now. Like, that's what you got. You got 10 races. Most points win. Everyone's equal. What are you going to do this time around that is different from previous seasons, or are you going to approach it differently? What's the mindset going into the last 10 races, the playoffs, or the best of the rest?
I'll let Kobe go first.
Well, first of all, I'm going to participate in them. That's a good joke. That's a good joke. Don't cut that out, RB. That's a good joke.
Didn't even think about that.
That was fun this time. That wasn't me trying to none of that. That was fun. That's a good joke. Don't cut it, RB. I'm going to participate in them, and then
I didn't think about that either. I was just like, you go ahead, Kobe.
I didn't mean to set up the question like that. I totally forgot.
What are you going to do different this year? Well,
I'll
be there.
I'm
bite my tongue. That's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to turn my computer on Sunday afternoons this time. Like, no, man. I made a very, very big point this season to just fucking drive. If you get wrecked out, you get wrecked, dude. Aaron, you and I have talked, it's a fucking video game, man. And I got into it way too serious for way too fucking long. So I'm at a point now where it's like, I'm just going to drive, you know? I mean, dude, if Bosbert beats me, I'm going to send him a message on Discord and say, hell of a job, man. Good job, you know? If any of the other guys beat me, hey, good job. Like, it is what it is, you know? Like, I'm going to go out and drive, and I'm going to try to maximize my finishes. I think there are multiple times this season where I could have ran top 5, that whether it was internet issues or I got, you know, I don't want to say overly aggressive, but I just maybe drove above my head, and that's really what took me out of a lot of things. But I think you have to learn those limits in order to progress and get better, you know? So this season, you know, I had some really good finishes last season. I had some decent finishes this season. I'm actually looking forward to something like a Watkins Glen or one of those types of races where I I know that I can do better at road courses than a lot of people in the league because I just have to try, you know, and like, you know, like, talk to you guys, maybe learn a couple of different tweaks that you can do within the fixed setup to make it more comfortable or more stable or what have you. But, you know, for me, this season has really just been about driving. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job at that this season. And when you have the bad days, I mean, I'll come in here on a Monday and be like, yeah, you know, if I wouldn't have fucking hit the brakes right there, wouldn't have wrecked and I'd have been fine. You know, I made some ignorant mistakes this season as far as like forgetting to turn my fast repair off and other stupid shit like that. But it's all part of the process. I feel like I'm getting better, and I know I'm getting better because people are racing me harder. And, you know, if people weren't worried about me, they wouldn't race me because they know I would just get loose in the next corner and they'd pass me anyway, you know. But like, case in point, Pocono, I'm racing the fuck out of RB for 11th place because I'm having a good time. I'm running hard, and RB's racing the shit out of me. And I ran into the wall, got wrecked out. It ended my day and Clint Hackett's day. You know,
Nice.
but we were racing. I didn't come in here Monday night and say, fuck you, RB, and get all pissed about it. I came in, he goes, hey man, my bad. And I was like, hey dude, we was racing. It was fun, you know, and I can get on board with that stuff. So yeah, that rambled on way longer than it needed to. Two things. I'm going to participate, and I'm just going to fucking drive the car.
Hope for the best.
Mr. Turner.
I don't know. It's a hard question because I don't know if there's anything specific that I did last year that I would change into this one. I mean, y'all know me. You know my driving style. You know how I approach pretty much everything. If anything, I know that I need to work on things like my qualifying, so I could be a little more towards the front, hopefully, than in the back and get caught up in so many wrecks. That would be great. So try to get, you know, stage points and, you know, all that stuff is going to matter. So yeah, just try to stay out of the hornet's nest if I can, as Aaron would say, and just, yeah, hope for the best. That's my strategy.
So I have more points this year than last year. So I will definitely be cautious, a little more cautious than last year, but I'm still planning on trying to be up front, try to get those stage points, try to keep it because you never know. I could wreck out. You know, it could be lap 1. I can get ran into, need to use a fast repair. I come out and I'm in the back of the field. Another caution comes out right in front of me. I'm done.
Mhm.
So there's still worry to not just be mid pack or just not care. So I need to definitely stay up front, but I'm going to be more cautious. Stay out of the wall. That's a problem with me.
That would be
I
that
don't
would be a
envy
good thing
this.
for you.
I don't envy the strategy outlook that you guys have to look at just because of, you know, kind of like the mess that is the Hornet's Nest that, you know, I'm proudly involved in. But like you know, the strategy that you guys have to employ and work on all through the week, really, like you got to figure out what kind of stuff you can do with gas and what kind of stuff you can do with tires. Like, you know, for the rest of us, it's really just a matter of trying to have a set during that last caution. You know, that for the rest of us, it's just a matter of like, dude, I'm in 14th and I have a set of tires laying. If there's a caution here, a lot of these guys are out of tires and I could drive right through all of you.
Mhm.
But you're still restarting 14th, and you know, you might be up against it at that point. I don't envy the strategy call at all.
It's tough at times.
There's a set of glowing eyes back there, Aaron.
I see that.
Kind of sinister.
I think last year I took playoffs a little too seriously. I don't know. Season 2, I made it to Champ 4 and had internet issues. started last and had to go through the field with no cautions. And I was just so upset because I just felt like wasn't even given a chance. Then the last season, I feel like I just gave it my all every single race. And I feel like that ended up hurting me on the final race because I think the pressure built because the first 3 races of the playoffs, I won those 3. And then I had 2 horrible finishes the next 2 races, and I think I panicked and I started practicing more and more and more and more and more. And if you guys know anything about practicing on ovals, it's nothing like racing in the pack. It is not even comparable. And I just think I just got in my head too much, taking it a little too seriously because I probably did 1,000 laps at Vegas, and I think by myself, I think I would have been fine if there were no other cars on the track, but getting in the dirty air, I wasn't prepared for it all. And it was nothing like any of the practice that I'd done, and I think I had cemented myself into a bad spot just by panicking a little bit and maybe just not having as much fun. So I think, I mean, yeah, I'm missing 2 races, so there's a little bit of pressure the first 2 rounds, but I'm gonna just try to take it a little easier. I think on ovals, I do best when I don't practice at all, which is ironic. I think I do best when I get there and if I figure out what's happening with my car, and I just need to keep that in my mindset of you'll be fine, get there, do what you need to do, and don't freak yourself out. I think that's what I did last season. But
See, I do that sometimes when I work on tires by myself. I'm like, man, these guys are going to tear them up. Next thing you know, it's like I never caught back up. So I cemented myself in a pace, thinking that if I run any harder, I'm going to just fall back further. So I totally get where you're coming from, cementing yourself in a spot when it might not even be what you need.
now, don't get me wrong, the road courses I'm still going to practice, but the ovals,
Got to.
it's just the dirty air is so big.
It is.
You never know whether we're going to be fully cloudy or sunny. It's just all of those minor things are just major factors, and you can practice, like I did, 1,000 laps, show up, and you have no way of dealing with the dirty air in front of you because you're not in an adaptive state. You're in this is my line, this is the fastest line to run.
It was impossible to pass.
Where?
At Vegas last season?
I tried my
season.
best. I
put the dirty air on you constantly in the beginning of the race, and then when Bart jumped me on the pit, he did the same thing to me. I was like, I can't get it. I can't get around.
And once I knew that there was no shot, at that point I was just trying to be a good teammate, and I just told Bar, I was like, dude, just run his line and he's got no chance. I was I was in Steven's ass for the entire first stage, and I couldn't even get an inch side by side with him. I was pretty disappointed. I thought that'd be a fun race when we made the schedule.
So did I. I have high hopes for Charlotte, and that's gonna be better than Vegas.
I think Charlotte's a legitimate multi-groove racetrack, and Vegas definitely has 2 grooves, but with Charlotte, you can go to the other groove and make time. I think at Vegas, it's got 2 grooves, but I think you're either giving it up on entry to run the bottom or giving it up on the outside to lift early enough to be able to put the power down early enough in the corner to gain the momentum. At least that's my opinion. I mean,
the temperature ruined Vegas for us. The fact that it was in the winter and it was cold, we were running almost a second faster than when we did last time. There's dirty air when you're running the regular speed, but when you're running a second faster already, it's like the dirty air is just amplifying the faster you're going. But yeah, I think my goal is to just have fun. Just go out and enjoy it. Practice road courses, have fun on the ovals. That's about it.
Well, Lord knows you 2 can do it. So, Steven, we'll start with you. Why don't you give your shout-outs right quick?
Man, I want to give a shout-out to just AMP Racing League in general. It was put together well. I think it's ran very well, and the racing is just getting better. Everybody out there in the league, I appreciate everybody, especially the people that are constantly showing up. Even if you're not in the playoffs and you're showing up, it's going to mean a lot for everybody that's actually in the playoffs. So I appreciate you guys. Colby and RB, enjoy this stuff. It's fun. Appreciate you guys. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this. I'm really tired.
It's late.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, appreciate you guys putting this out there and taking the time out of your day to do it and then edit it and put it out there. Appreciate it. And of course, the family. Sure. Cannot leave them out.
Just big shout out to all the admins and AMP. The league has constantly grown. we're in season 4 and we're already making plans for season 5 and just trying to make the races as fun as possible. Everyone just kind of working together, and we, every season we go through a process of getting some new people. Things get a little messy because no one knows how to race with each other, and then we're at the point where we do still have a bunch, even though not all the new guys stayed, we do still have new guys, and I think the racing has gotten a lot better. I think the racing continues to get better. So just, shout out to everyone in AMP. I love racing on Sundays. It is the thing I look forward to, whether or not I lose to Steven or I get handed a win or I'm lucky to get a top 10. I always have a ton of fun. It's a blast. Shout out to you guys for doing this. I love doing these. These are so much fun. Talk about the race, talk about AMP, talk about things moving forward, random topics. I like it. It's always a blast. Thank you guys for bringing me on this week, even though I didn't win the race. So that's exciting.
Regular season champ.
Regular season champ. I get another. I with me missing so many races in the playoffs, I was just like, I need a trophy. I was like, I need one. I need another thing on my wall. So we'll go for the regular season. But so shout out to you guys for bringing me on. Thank you for having me. Yeah, and then thank you, Nicole, for dealing with this is the busiest time of the year for me right now. There's lots of racing on Sundays. Formula One in the morning. There's qualifying on Saturday. Xfinity's on Saturday. Cup in the evening. This in the afternoon. This at night. It is the weekends are racing. It is. I'm watching racing. So thank you to her for dealing with that because it's a busy time of the year, especially when Lewis wins and that's all I talk about.
Hey, I was just about to say, how about the old graybeard getting her done? That was awesome.
I got to retract my statement that I didn't think he was ever going to win in a Ferrari.
When you give him a car that he likes, he smells blood, and I was blown away by the laps he was running. And I honestly,
I was gonna say it wasn't like it wasn't like a fucking 2-second win last lap pass because of a tire strategy. I mean, like that virtual safety car that got him a pit when he had like a 15-second lead, like. That was big, but I think he had the pace and the maneuverability to do it regardless.
Yeah,
that 3-stop was the way to go.
Yeah, he would have had it with the 3-stop. I think it was his anyways.
Just to make one more statement about that, I know RB wants to finish up. I'm curious if that'll be a changing point because strategies like that, when they show the pace and prevail, other teams take notice of that. And I'm curious if people are going to start to realize that slowing down is not the fastest route. If we just do what the Ferraris did and haul ass every lap and stop on extra time, you might make up the gap. So I'm curious if that's going to change the Formula One at the moment because the 1 stop and 8 seconds slower laps than last season's a little dry.
I agree.
But yeah.
I agree. Well, I'll follow right off your coattails on a lot of things. This is a busy time of year. We watch racing at our house, and like right now, it's outdoor motocross, it's NASCAR, it's IndyCar, it's Formula One. A lot of stuff goes like that, and my family just kind of follows along with it. And it's a lot of fun. Gives us something to look forward to when we come home. Always something going on the weekends to watch and kind of tune into, and so really enjoy this time of year off of Steven's coattails. I appreciate my family too. I don't know that I give Valerie enough flowers for how much bullshit she tolerates between the amount of hobbies I have and then like my work-life balance is so out of whack just because there's so many things going on that like I'm the manager of my shop. Like that doesn't stop when I clock out at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's there's a lot of days where that's a 24-hour gig, 7 days a week. And dude, she just takes it all in stride. I've got 2 very strong-willed children. I know that might surprise some people, but they do act just like me, unfortunately, which is a pain in the ass to parent. Shout out to my mom. God bless her for dealing with me for as long as she has. And then, shout out to Amp Racing. I kind of came in, right there at the beginning of season 1. It's been a lot of fun to grow with the league myself, as well as watch the league grow, if that makes sense. There's been a lot of really cool things that have happened and changes that have been made. And, my favorite part is I know I've been involved with a lot of disagreements, but there's always been a level of respect shown to where we might have disagreed on something at some point, but I can still sit here and talk with Aaron or with Davis or with anybody else, and we can have a conversation and still be friends and still get along and still say, hey, well, I'll be in that part of the world this time of the year. Like maybe we'll try to get together and go fishing or catch a race somewhere. And so it's really grown into, it's an iRacing league, and most of it looks just like it does on your screen. We're just a bunch of dudes on a camera talking shit to each other. But like, I genuinely believe that I have friends in this league that like I could call and say, hey man, I'm really going through some shit. You mind visiting with me for a while? And there's a lot of dudes in this league that'd be like, yeah, like what you got? So, AMP Racing League has been a huge part of my life for the last, we'll call it 3 years, I believe, a little over 3 years. And it's been a ton of fun. It's been a ton of fun. Really appreciate RB. I say this every time. He does all the hard stuff. He cuts it, he edits it, he makes sure it sounds good and looks good. He uploads it, he shares it to all the platforms. So, big shout out to everybody that listens every week. We appreciate that. Without listeners, we don't have a show. Without guests, we don't have a show. So, this thing really is. It's been a lot of fun, and like you guys say, like thanks for taking the time to do this. Like this is, I look forward to this hour to hour and a half, just like I do our races on Sunday nights. Like it's fun to visit with people, get to know people. Like I've been talking to Aaron on Discord 2 to 3 times a week for the last 3 years, but I feel like I've learned more about the guy from these couple hours worth of podcasts we've done this year than any of that. And same thing with Steven and even RB, like RB and I stay in touch throughout the week, and we powwow, we talk about this. And so it's fun to do this with somebody like RB that takes it seriously and really wants to put out a product that people listen to. So, we appreciate the listeners. We appreciate the guests. I really appreciate RB, and I will shut the fuck up.
You're good, dude.
I'm hitting the mute button.
All right. Well, I don't know how I could top that.
You got a 15-minute minimum, RB.
Yeah, 15-minute minimum. I'll try. Well, thank you to you guys for showing up.
You can cut that down.
And be all right. Thank you guys for showing up. You never have to, but you did, and I appreciate it a lot. I wanted to do something a little special, get the race winner and the regular season champ. I thought this would make a pretty cool show. Have both you guys in here, especially since you're so intense all the time and always racing each other hard on the racetrack. Let's put you in the same room together if you fight. You didn't fight.
Problem is, they're also 2 of the nicest guys in the league.
That's messed up. But thank you for being here. Thank you for everybody who's listening. Thank you to Race Rap Guy for the sponsorship, and Ryan Went for his sponsorship and helping us out and everything. And shout out to everybody in Leadfoot, everybody in AMP. If you want to check out our races, if you're listening, Signature Esports, link will be in the description. We are on Sundays at 7:30 Eastern time, and I think that's about it. Tune in next week, and with maybe somebody different, maybe not. We'll see.
It won't be me.
It won't be Aaron.
Got a really good feeling we're talking to Steven again next week. It's a short track oval, flat track like that. Steven's good at those.
Darling,
you think?
If he's available.
Right.
Last time he wasn't available. Anyway, See you guys.
Does your iRacing car currently look like it was sponsored by Minecraft paint and poor decisions? Well, good news. Race Wrap Guy can fix that. With real-world NASCAR wrap design experience, Race Wrap Guy creates clean, aggressive, professional custom wraps that actually look like they belong on a Sunday broadcast instead of the back row of a rookie lobby. And because we like y'all, listeners of the Cool Down Lap podcast get $10 off any iRacing wrap. Just mention the podcast when you order. And if you've got a real race car that needs to look fast even when it's sitting still, you'll get $100 off any real race car wrap too. Same deal. Just mention the Cool Down Lap podcast. So stop showing up to the grid looking like a rolling yard sale and let Race Wrap Guy make your car look like it actually belongs there.